the players, the personalities who come from around the world to play professional soccer in the United States.
Go, go, USA! Oh, it's incredible!
In a world where some call it football, football, or soccer, they dare to call it foosball. One thinks New York is blue, the other thinks New York is red. Soccer in America from a German perspective. Let them put some sauerkraut on your hot dog and join them for the Schnitzel Boys USA Hour.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In a world.
We dare to call it foosball.
We dare to call it foosball. I don't always listen to our intro, consciously, but when I do, it gives me a chuckle.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet intro. Very happy. I don't care how long it is. I know with podcasting, you should cut right into it. I'm like, screw it. I want to set the tone. We have a great VO guy.
This is not the cut right through it kind of podcast.
No, we don't follow the rules. So New York isn't red or blue.
New York sucks right now.
New York is brown. You know why?
Brown. Because we be stankin'.
Because of the poop.
The poop.
I was like, dang, 90 minutes. Smells like poop.
Yeah.
I do. Last week we had we had a shocking game against Orlando. I didn't really bring it up much, but I was like, yeah. This week we had a very disappointing game against DC United. You had a very disappointing game against New England Revolution.
Oof.
You've been complaining since day one. I have been a little bit more like, let's wait and see. But I have turned the corner, Bjorn. This game against DC United, I was like, we're in trouble right now. We're in trouble right now. We're officially in trouble right now.
The Matt Doyle's power rankings has us 20th and 21st, I believe.
Matt Doyle is always flawless with his opinions, so I commit to that wholeheartedly.
I wouldn't say that, but I do read what he says. I do rate his.
He's a troll. I don't
rate his opinions. I mean, yeah, he's
likes a troll. He's an edgelord. I don't.
No,
care
I think his. I don't rate his. He's definitely a stand for the American play. He's notorious for overvaluing American players. So I don't trust him, and he is he's an anti.
He fights against.
He's an anti-Euro snob troll, right. Which I sort of I respect that, but I feel like he does have a pretty good grasp. I mean, especially. Considering there's so many teams, and he kind of knows them all pretty well. Like whenever he talks about my team, which is the one that I really know about, like he knows things, and if he keeps that level of in tuneness up for all the teams, anyway, I respect. He's not wrong. I don't think he's wrong. I think we are. I mean, my team's definitely a bubble playoff team right now. At best.
Yeah, I mean, so are we. We're and it's crazy with this league. We're in a playoff position right now. God, this league is just too forgiving. We need to get rid of half of our playoff spots. I've been saying that for a while. But pretty much. So, I mean, so we played DC United. Which is our rival, but are they really our rival? I think that our rivalry has been downplayed over the last few years, rightfully so.
I mean, they haven't been that
good. The reality is that when the league started, we would play DC United 5 times a year because there were only 10 teams, and then for whatever reason, they were also our next door neighbors because there was no NYCFC, there was no Philly, it was just the I-95 rivalry. They were there, yeah. Easy to go back and forth. And then we'd also play a lot of playoffs together. And I'll always remember the 2012 playoff, I believe it was, in the Snow Stadium. That was just there. But since then, it's like, well, there's been a lot of teams. We don't play each other that much anymore. And more importantly, we haven't played each other in a meaningful game in quite some time. And that kills a rivalry. Like if you don't play a meaningful game, after a while, you kind of forget what the whole rivalry. You kind of forget. It's just like, wait a minute, why do we hate you again?
Why do we hate these guys? Right.
But
Well, I
that's
mean,
neither here nor
sometimes,
there.
yeah, it also depends. Like we have this thing with Orlando, where for the longest time they seem to hate us way more than we hated them. I don't know. It's always it's specific, but okay.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. We played them, and DC United won 2-1. They got themselves and Christian Benteke got injured 28 minutes in off the field. I was like, hey, good for us.
Mm.
But then the Brazilian dude, Piglo, what's his name? Peglo, some bonkers names. I don't know, who they scoured from the Polish league. One of these obscure Brazilians
Hmm.
had 2 really great goals. Great, he had a bicycle kick goal. Did you see the highlights at all?
I did not of this game, no.
No, he had a bicycle kick goal and like
Oh,
a
that I
rocket.
saw. Yeah, that's true. I did see that.
He just and then we were able to pull one back later and we won. Peglo got himself a brace, and Peglo, I just love that name. Peglo, João Peglo.
Joao
Literally, let me go. You know how you went in the last hour? You went over Daniel Faca's goal record. Let me go over João Peglo's goal record. So
Oh,
he
let's
played
hear it.
so he's from Internacional in Brazil, which is a big club.
Mhm.
He has 18 appearances and 2 goals for that club. He went on loan to Porto's second team, Porto B. He has 3 goals and 32 appearances. Then he went to Atlético Goianense, which is a small country club in Brazil, or maybe a bigger club. I don't know. He has 0 goals and 6 appearances.
It's not even a soccer club; it's a country club. You just
It's a
go
country
there for
club.
golf.
He was a waiter
Yeah.
there. He was a waiter there. Then he went to Dnipro 1, which is a club in. Let me look up what country is this club in. It's a Ukrainian football club.
Okay.
He has 3 goals and 13 appearances there. Then he
Daniel
went to a club
Daniel
called Sport.
Farka laughs at these numbers.
Laughs at these numbers. And then he went to a club called Sports. That's what the club's called. Sporting Clube de Recife. So it's a club in Recife, I think a second division team. I know they are the top flight team. See, I'm so out of the loop. He got 2 goals and 12 appearances there. So he doesn't last more than 6 to 10 appearances per club. Then after that, he went to Radomiak Radom, which is a Polish football club. He scored 1 goal in 25 appearances in Poland.
So DC United was like, "This, we need this.
We need to snap this guy up. Do you take a $5 million
He's
check?"
about to go off.
He's about to go. So they bought him for 3 years. In 7 appearances, he scored 2 goals for DC United.
Oh, that's quite good compared
Both
to these other
goals.
numbers.
Both goals over the weekend against us. He chose us to start scoring
He
goals.
was like,
So
"This is going to be my moment. This will be my MLS moment before I go to Latvia."
Yeah, before he goes to Latvia to score 1 goal in 30 appearances over there.
This is going to be the one.
He's not a goal scorer, or he hasn't proven. But over the weekend, boy, he was Pele. I mean, it's just like.
Well, I was noticing. I did not watch this game particularly, but having watched some of your team recently, it seems like your old strengths are kind of falling by the wayside. Like the defense, like you don't know how to defend anymore.
Yeah, that's. I'm just preambling here. The real issue is us.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. The reason. So my alarms are on because, yeah, we're getting worse. Like under Sandro Schwartz, we were great last year. We made a run to the final. Like we were looking good. When Emil Forsberg was healthy, we were a good-looking team, and Lewis Morgan specifically. This year, we don't have Lewis Morgan yet. We'll be back in a month. We can't get him back soon enough. But the problem is, and I'm going to back off Choupo-Moting. He's effective. I'm going to back off Choupo-Moting. He's warming up. He's getting there. He's an effective goal scorer up top. I'll take it. Definitely better than we've had in the past. But we don't know what our best 11 is. Sandro Schwartz has been rotating a lot, and he's doing it. It's like punishment rotations. Pretty much like the way we played against Orlando or 2 weeks ago. He's like, that's unacceptable. So our former captain, Sean Nealis, has been benched 2 weeks in a row. And Dylan Nealis is now getting more minutes. It used to be the other way around. And then Alexander Haak, who's been benched, he played. And Dennis, and then over the weekend, he started Dennis Genyar and Noah Eiley over the regulars from before then, and Cam Harper. So pretty much all I'm saying, he's rotating. He doesn't know who his 11 is. It's just different guys every week. And none of them are performing. They're all underperforming as well. So the reason the alarms are on is because if I didn't know any better, like the locker room is maybe slowly deteriorating. Like, like the players aren't playing at their best. And Sandro Schwarz's response is to just punish them and bench them and rotate them. But the new rotation guys aren't any better. So it's like the underperforming is happening. And it's like, I don't like that. Like, we need to fix, like, there's something going on now. Our players aren't at their best. We don't know what our starting 11 is. The young Omar Valencia off our academy is doing really well. Good for him. He's like the one bright spot. Emil Forsberg's fine. Chupo's fine. But you saw Emil Forsberg was a little frustrated. It's just like, and then Genyar and Eiley, and then Hawk, and then the Nealis brothers. And it's just like everyone's being rotated. No one's really punching above their weight like they did last year. And then you have to think about what's going on, right? I don't know how to answer that. That gets solved by psychology. He also played a 4-2-3-1, which he hasn't done in a long time, which New York Red Bulls hasn't done in a long time, and then switched it to a 4-1-3-2 by the end of it or something. And Lloyd Sam on the broadcast, who has played for both clubs, he's like, I haven't seen the Red Bulls play a 4-1-3-2 in a long time. And that's also alarming because not only does he not know his players, now he doesn't know his system anymore. You know what I mean? We used to play a 4-2-2-2. So, yeah, right now we're in a place where it's like we're starting to get that. We're starting to hit that mode. We're just throwing anything up against the wall to see what sticks, And that's a bad sign. That means we don't know our starting 11. We don't know our system. We don't know our philosophy anymore for whatever reason. Like you said, our philosophy was crystal clear last year. What's going on? Why are we? Yeah, we're ball watching. Our back three is failing. Why should we have a back three? It's a back two now. Are we high pressing enough? Are we holding the ball well enough? It's just like when I watched this team like last week against Orlando, it was just a brutal assault from Orlando. They knew exactly what they were doing, and we were running around with a chicken with our heads cut off. And this past week against DC United came out swinging. They were up 2-0 after losing Christian Benteke, after losing their star in New Jersey, in our stadium. And I'm like, we need to be more dominant than that. Like, what's going on here? We're losing everything. So maybe it's a transition to something greater, and it's just a little awkward, but they're all on board, and it's a process. But it doesn't seem, benching our captain 2 weeks in a row for performance punishment doesn't seem like it's affecting the rest of the locker room well. And I'm seeing this weird it's just I'm worried Sandro Schwarz doesn't know what to do right now a little bit. And so my alarm bells are officially on. I will be watching to see what our starting 11 should look like and what our philosophy is and how we're playing. I'm going to keep an eye on that because we seem to have lost a lot of that.
It's a little bit, it's almost like the the trajectory of the U.S. men's national team in a way. It seems like you want to be more of a possession team. You don't want to be as chaotic, but then you're kind of losing the stuff that used to be a given. That the hard-nosed defense and aggressive pressing, and that doesn't seem to be happening in the same way. And it's not replaced by anything as of yet.
Yeah, it's the Struber effect. That's what Struber did. We used to be a high-pressing team under Jesse Marsh, and Chris Armas came and kind of softened it, which was not amazing. Then Struber came and just ripped it all apart, and we were nothing. I didn't know what was going on in Struber. We were just bad. and then they got rid of Struber, and then Lesane came and did a great job. And Lesane, by the way, is the DC United coach.
The DC United coach, yeah. Still
came in. DC United was looking good. And then Schwarz came, and then he was good. Last year, Schwarz was solid. Like, we didn't really, because the high press didn't go, but we also held the ball. We were possession and high pressed at the same time. And I was like, hey, we're moving the ball effectively, moving fast. We're also high pressing. It's like, this is good. I like this. But I'm not seeing a lot of that this year. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see that again. I did like that.
Greg Berhalter's Chicago Fire passed you by in the table this weekend.
No, not for long. Although the Fire has been, I think, looking pretty okay under him. I think they score some cool team goals.
They have not won. They're in 8th. They're in a playoff spot, and they have not won a home game. I mean, it's only going to get better, presumably.
Well, they don't have. We talked about this last week. They don't have much of a home. But yeah, so that's my Red Bulls thing. The alarms are officially on. How many weeks in are we now? What is this?
We have 9 games played. Most teams, some 8, but
yeah,
9. Yeah, it's a
so
quarter.
Now it's on.
Season's a quarter. We're quarter in. Yeah, more than a quarter. So yeah, this is not. This is no longer early days. This is now. We're now kind of seeing. I mean, we have some good teams. We right now have 4 teams averaging 2 or more points in the East. So that's unusual for MLS. Usually, a team averaging 2 points a game is a lot.
Well, we have the big game this weekend between the 2 last undefeated teams left, Columbus and Miami.
Yeah, and Miami, I mean, they're good, but they also are very lucky. Like in this game, I think Columbus had like a 2.8 XG or whatever, couldn't score.
Right. But Benjamin Kramashi scored a great goal in front of a near full house in Cleveland. So what are your thoughts on that? I think that was the soccer aside, which was good. So the 2 last undefeated teams played, and Inter Miami has the longest undefeated streak, I think, in league history to start a season. I believe that's what they mentioned.
Oh, is that true? All right.
I think they mentioned the broadcast, like it's the longest. It's the longest.
We should have won that. We should have won that game, man. We gave up a.
What do you mean you should have won that? NYCFC wasn't there. You should have ran on the field and won the game.
We should have won the game the opener that we played at Miami.
I know.
And then they would not have been okay. All right. Anyway.
I know, but I love it. Just like we should have won that game. It's like
little
Columbus,
little thin-skinned currently, I guess.
Have you ever seen the Mighty Ducks 2?
No.
Legendary movie.
Oh, that's the hockey movie.
The hockey movie. At the end of the movie, they all take off their jerseys and reveal they have a totally different team name, which is illegal. You can't do that. But I love the idea of like in the middle of the Columbus and Miami game, all the Columbus jerseys take off. It's like we've been NYCFC this whole time. Aha! Yeah, but anyway, what are your thoughts? So the Inter Miami boys,
on the game.
What are your thoughts on the whole because the Columbus Crew fans were mad and they didn't bring in their tifo. It was a whole thing. They moved the game to Cleveland because the team owners have a free stadium in Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns stadium that they also own, versus renting like the Ohio State Stadium in Columbus. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, that was okay. I didn't know that. I thought they didn't have a big enough stadium in.
No, Ohio State's one of the biggest stadiums in the country.
Okay. Oh, and
that's where they used to play before they built their stadium.
They didn't play there because he would have had to pay rent or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Maybe there was a game there or something.
I'm against that then. I think they should play in Columbus.
Maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe the stadium was unavailable. Maybe I'm being unfair. As far maybe there was a football game there, but football
Cleveland's not super far. I have done that drive from Cleveland to
2
Columbus.
hours.
Is it that long?
Yeah, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours. Hour and a half.
I felt like it was less than 2 hours. I don't think it was. I think it was a pretty.
I'm gonna Google Maps right now.
I don't know. I would say hour 40 maybe, if I had to guess.
I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna do from North Columbus to Cleveland, or whatever, or maybe the South Columbus, whatever the.
Well, I went from the Cincinnati airport to Columbus Stadium, the old stadium. But
this says 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Oh, really? All right. So I'm wrong.
It's 143 miles.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely 2 hours. So, the whole messy thing. I mean, I can't get too upset about it. I mean, it's like, they want to sell they have a bunch of people who want to go. They need a bigger stadium. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We don't know the details of if something's available locally, that's what they should do.
I think he took it to Cleveland because they knew they would sell more Messi tickets in Cleveland because the Cleveland, like the Argentinian, because it was mainly pink jerseys.
Maybe, yeah. I
That's why
mean,
they did
it's
that, I
just
think.
weird. I don't like any of it, but it's just what we're dealing with, and they, can't get too upset about it. I mean, I'm sure it was fun for Columbus too to play in front of a big crowd, and I mean, unfortunately, they couldn't get anything out of this game. I mean, I guess yeah, it's hard to imagine in New York City. I mean, we've played everywhere, so I can't really. Somebody was tweeting this from. It's like I can't really point the finger. I mean, I've driven to Hartford for a home game. I've flown to
Yeah,
L.A.
but you guys, it's apples and oranges. You guys don't have a
We don't
home
have a
stadium.
stadium. Yeah,
Columbus has they're the first team that has a second stadium they built for themselves. Nice.
right.
But
Um,
the other thing is the option is they have a big stadium in Ohio State, but I
well,
think they went to Cleveland specifically to sell Messi. It's like
and
make it the
we
Messi
yeah, and
Stadium.
we've played. Yeah, I wonder if that was happen once we get our own stadium, because Yankee Stadium also fits like 50,000 people. There were a lot of
Mm.
people for that Messi game too. But if we have our stadium, are we going to play in MetLife, or
I
if
think that's
If
different though
Messi's still
because
going?
if Messi comes, this would be the situation. If Messi's coming in town and to sell tickets, they put it up in Hartford because I know they'd sell more tickets up there. I don't know, 'cause it's like different because it's the tri-state area, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's not great. I don't like it.
Because Yankee Stadium, it's like, well, it's your old stadium, so it's not. You guys played there for years, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I think it's also still in New York. It's part of the New York City area.
Right. I
So,
mean, right. I mean, that in itself is so insane if you think about it, that in all of New York City, we could not find us. We had to go to Hartford, the
well, it
biggest city
shows
in
you
the
just the
country.
real estate. Like when NYCFC, I was just when NYCFC are like, we're going to play in New York. I was like, that's going to be a headache and a half, and sure enough, it was. If the New York
It
Jets
hasn't been easy.
If the New York Jets can't get into Manhattan, because I remember in '06 when they
Oh,
tried
yeah,
to get to
yeah, there was
Manhattan.
that whole thing. Right.
If the New York
Mhm.
Jets can't pull it off, nobody can pull it off. American soccer's not going to
What
pull
do
it
you
off.
mean the New York the New York Jets are terrible? Do
Yeah,
you
but
think
they're an
they
NFL football team. Like, what's
Yeah,
more
no, that's
American
true.
than a beer and an NFL team?
Yeah, but, like,
Like if you're going to build a stadium for anybody, you can build it for an NFL team. Cities
mm,
compete over getting an NFL team.
not the Jets,
Um,
though, but yeah, no, your point your point is well taken. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, but on the other hand, the league is not in a position to be purist about that kind of thing. They gotta If they have a chance to sell out a big stadium, they gotta do it. I mean, it's just how it is.
mhm.
They're growing. They are trying to grow. And it was a spectacle. It makes it a big deal. I mean, I tuned into the game
Me
because of
too.
the
Yeah, me too.
because it does sort of give it a little bit of a drum roll. I don't know. I
I love
understand if you're
playing.
a
I
hardcore
love.
fan, if you've been going there since '96, you're like, now I got to drive to Cleveland. But like, suck it up, man. It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours and nine
Yeah,
minutes.
it's part of the event. Yeah, and it's like
I'm sure
I
there
just
were
love the idea
buses.
of a packed.
I'm sure they organized some buses for fans. I'm sure there were things done to mitigate this. I'm assuming
I don't
NYCFC
know.
would absolutely do this. I know that they're always good about that kind of thing. If it's inconvenient, there's buses and there's other things they try to do. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, like I for one, whenever an MLS game's in a packed NFL stadium, I always tune in. It's always fun. That's always a fun event. The 2002 MLS Cup final was in a full Gillette Stadium, because of the World Cup fever. It was like anytime an MLS game's in a packed football stadium, it's amazing. And the fact that teams like Seattle and Atlanta can kind of do that on the regular is amazing. Blows my mind. But it's always a fun. So it's cool. Like when Messi went to Chicago last week, that stadium's always dead. But now it was a rocking.
Yeah,
It's,
Soldier
it's
Field
cool.
is
It's cool
full.
to see
Yeah,
that.
and I mean that does get people. Not everybody. It's not like everybody. We have
Did
learned.
Messi come to New York
We have
yet? Did that
learned.
happen this season? No, not yet, right?
No, not yet. It's later in
When
the year.
has that happened yet? Has it ever
It
happened?
happened last year in September. Yeah, I missed it. I was in.
But how many? It wasn't a full. The Yankee Stadium wasn't
Yeah,
full, was
no,
it?
it's pretty full.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's fun. We want to see that. We want more of that. That's the whole point of Messi. The Messi effect
Jimmy
is real.
Sands. Jimmy Sands got the late equalizer. It's only
Yeah.
professional goal for our team.
I'm sure everybody remembered that. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. For sure. I'm sure everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that was the Jimmy Sands game."
Whoa, Jimmy, that was the Jimmy Sands show.
Jimmy show. But the Messi effect is real. People talking about renewing his contract. The answer is hell yeah, right? The Messi effect didn't fade. It's 2.5 seasons in. People are still paying top dollar to see him. The Messi effect is real. It's happening.
I'm over it personally, but yeah, I think they want to keep it going.
But we're not the fans they're trying to sell to.
We are not. We are not.
They already have our money. They're trying to sell to soccer because the soccer fan is everywhere. I've talked about this many times. Soccer is very popular in the United States, like Don Garber says. It is a good ATM. We pay good money for good soccer here. But American soccer is not popular. That they don't pay for.
And Daniel Young wanted to talk about it. The season ticket. I did get the email. I haven't actually checked, and I have how much my tickets are. But we got the email, and it was sort of a breathless headline. I forgot what it said, but it got me all fired up. And then I was like, oh, it's just the renewal. It was like this is the last renewal before the stadium, I guess.
Are they this early? This April? They're this early?
Yeah, this is always when you commit. Yeah, for next somehow. I mean, I think there's a long time to opt out, and I think you could probably get out later. But yeah, this is now it's around like May usually when you get in or out. And now this is the last renewal before the stadium. That is true. We have one more season, presumably. It's all going to plan. I keep hearing. We can see it now. We went to Citi Field for the Philly game, and you can now see the construction is going. There's concrete pylons, whatever they are in the ground, and apparently it's all on schedule. So
amazing.
Next year is the last year, and Daniel Young was saying his supporter section tickets are $700. I haven't actually checked what mine are, but I think it has been a lot less than that traditionally. I've paid like $450 per ticket or something like that.
Yeah, I saw this ad the other day he was talking about, and I got a little confused. I'm trying to find it again because it was like New York Rebels, join the club, $99. And I was like, what club? I didn't know. I guess it was for
monthly.
But I think it was $99 a month. I think that's why I'd love to find that ad because that's the case. It's also very expensive. Now you mentioned when you were at Bochum University that your season tickets were $75.
Yeah, I mean,
the New York Rebels has that now. If you're a New Jersey IT student or a Rutgers student, or I think any of the school, Montclair, they have a student season ticket $80 program.
Season ticket for $80?
Yeah, they have. They've always had that. I think
that's wild.
Yeah, but it's for students. You have to be a college student. For college students only from the area. So that's a thing they've had. I'd love to find info on this. I don't know if that's still a thing. Yeah, where's that Rebel at? If it's $99 a month, I mean that's kind of expensive. How many months is that? That'd be $800.
Yeah, right? That'd be $1,200. That'd be $1,200 a year. Yeah.
Well, it's not. I think it's only during the season, right?
Oh, okay.
All year round, would it?
Well, we have
anyway. But I'm at the season tickets thingy thing, and it's usual for season tickets. New York Rebels to be in the fan sections $420, and then for the upper corners and end lines $450. And then $480 and blah blah blah. I think, and then if you want to be super fancy and buy club seats or whatever, then it's around $800, $900, $1,000, that kind of thing. Premium midfield club seats start at $1,400. They go up to $3,500. Field seats $2,500. Box seats call for pricing. But as far as regular solid seats, like you can get, like I said, the upper corners for $450 for the year. That's the New York Rebels. I don't know what this club thing is.
Okay, so Daniel, I just checked. Daniel Young is right. These did go up significantly. I mean, I don't have supporter section tickets. My tickets are right behind the goal, so they're a little. So they're now more than $700 a year. It used to be more like $556, and now it's significantly more. So yeah, That is true. I guess this is all preparing us for this transition into our own stadium, where everything is going to get more expensive because it's going to cost them $1 billion to build. So I guess this is what I've been expecting when they had these focus groups, and they would tell us things about potential cost and pricing. It all seemed very friendly, and I was like, this kind of, but it seems like we're learning the truth now. It's not going to be quite so. Yeah, they're gonna. But I mean, take my money. It's gonna be.
Well, hold on. I mean,
great.
Of course, take your money, but so by the way, we have a student hype pass where it's $15 a game or whatever. But that's just a per game thing. I do believe they do have a season thing for like $80 to $100. I don't know if they still have that, but they did. But here, so Red Membership's what it's called. This is for this season, I guess. I don't know what the 2026 season looks like. Maybe it's up for everybody. But this season, it's $450 for season tickets. How much is your season tickets? You said 700. What was it again?
Well, no, mine are now like 7. Well, wait, 3. Like
I want to get a percentage difference.
$750 each. I think it's about. It's like
what are they? Corner seats?
18. It's I'm in the 4th row behind the goal. I'm underneath the supporter section in Yankee Stadium.
Right,
so
that would
mine,
be end line.
I would say it's like 18% increase from last year.
At the New York Red Bulls, for an end line ticket, the good tickets are $536 for the season.
Yeah, that's less than ours. No.
Yeah. Well, how much do you pay? It's 500.
Like 750.
Oh, then yeah. That's so. What's the percentage difference then? 500.
Between yours and it's like 30%.
Yeah, 20 to 30%. I mean, that's big.
That's a big one, yeah. And ours were in that ballpark for a long time. It's like 550, that kind of thing.
And we're paying for our. We have our own stadium that we're paying for. So like, I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, yeah, I don't know. I guess they have to pay for that stadium, but it's like, I don't know. It's like they have to be in a stadium anyway. They were paying rent. Now they're paying rent again. It's just I don't really see the big difference. They have to pay a 20-year mortgage on it or whatever. They sell the rights to it.
Well, I mean, now, no, the big difference now with the stadium is going to be there's going to be scarcity. That's been the difference. I mean, presumably, according to this email, they have already like 20,000 deposits. They're gonna sell out of their 20,000 season tickets that they want to allocate on this 25,000 seat stadium.
You have a deposit.
Well, I'm a founding member. They keep telling me that I have top priority. So,
but let me talk for. So the new stadium is a 25,000 seater. What are we talking?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And on average, how many people go to NYCFC games? It's 18 to 20,000.
Oh, less than that, but it's going to be. But they're going to.
I think the scarcity is fake. I think they're making that up.
Well, I don't think so because the everything's going to change with the stadium. They're going to sell 20,000 season tickets, and it's going to be sold out every time. And so then the tickets will be more valuable because there's.
Where are they finding these 5,000 new fans?
Well, I think they're taking a lot of deposits. People who have canceled or have never had season tickets now want them because it's a soccer specific stadium. They don't want to go to, I think there's probably also some speculation. There's probably some scalpers who are doing this, who want to, I don't think it's, I mean,
the excitement will be fun, but
it's going to be like LAFC.
The excitement will end after a year, though. Like the new stadium will be fun, but then when you've seen it a couple times, it's back to the same old business. I think NYCFC averages 20,000, and there's always going to be 5,000 empty seats per stadium.
No way. That I don't believe. The attendance is going to go up with the new stadium. There's no question in my mind.
Let's compare this to LAFC, which I guarantee you it's like 3 times the price. I think they take the cake.
But I think that's going to make the difference. That's why these tickets, because right now you don't even need, the only reason to have, I mean, unless, you want to sit in the same spot, I guess, but like the only reason to have season tickets is in anticipation of the stadium. There's no financial reason. You can always get tickets cheaper than my whenever I resell my tickets that I'm not using or whatever, it's always at a loss. I mean, I'm also not super.
Yeah.
I know other people who are more motivated and strategic, and they do better than I do because I often.
But same with the Red Bulls. Like whenever I wanted to go, I just went online and got cheap tickets.
You just find tickets are available. And so, I mean, presumably that's going to change. But maybe you're right. I mean, the Red Bull Arena it's their own stadium. Those tickets are pretty available. So who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking at, here we go, 2025. This is LAFC, 2025, Section 225, 1,500 a seat. First year season ticket holder.
That's
that season ticket low. Here we go. Some of the lowest price is $950 a seat. Yeah. So you can't get a season ticket for under $900, and that's anyway. The Galaxy's half that price. Galaxy's more like Red Bull's pricing. It's like you can get a season ticket for $400 or $500 if you're in the supporters section. So maybe. So NYCFC still looks cheaper than LAFC, but more expensive.
Daniel Young. I mean, this is all we're gonna pay for the stadium. That's just how it is, and you just gotta suck it up. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's a big increase. I didn't realize that they had raised the price so much. So
it's also just the way of the world. Everything's a big increase. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I'm about to buy the Nintendo Switch, and it's 50% more expensive than the Nintendo Switch 1. It's like, and then the tariff news makes it even more expensive. And it's like, God, it's like we're not making. Everything is too expensive, and no one's making enough money. Like we are about to enter the second Great Depression incoming.
And then then everything's that's gonna be the reset. Then if that happens,
then everything gets real cheap. After the bubble bursts, then you get the soccer games for a can of beans. Should be nice. I miss that.
On that happy note. I mean, Danny Young says I didn't go to the New England game, but it was bad in my opinion. Yeah, in my opinion too. I agree with your opinion. It was bad. I think we can treat that almost as fact.
New York be Stankin.
New York be Stankin. We were really. I mean, I still believe in our coach. I still believe in a lot of our squad. But this one also was on Pascal Janssen. He, in order to counter the 3-man back line. I mean, also credit to the Revs. They were defending well. They have been a dumpster fire to start the season, and they've improved. Caleb Porter has changed the formation, has changed the personnel, and it's working. They were defending quite well. And we in order to compete with that, we basically played 3 wingers. Hannes Wolf was, I guess, nominally a central midfielder, but he's a winger, and he was kind of playing very upfront. And that left poor Johnny Shore as the lone central midfielder, and that really didn't work at all. And because I guess Keaton Parks was not 100%. He was carrying a knock, so he didn't start the game. But then by halftime, it was clear that this was not working, and Keaton Parks came off the bench, and Agustin Ojeda came back. I mean, but then we had the Thiago Martins again. Kind of got beaten on the first goal, kept everybody on side on the second goal. Like this is gonna. I mean, his contract's up the end of the year, and this era is going to be known as the Thiago Martins era of less success. Like I don't think this team's going anywhere with him as the captain, and the wingers. It's the center backs and the wingers that are the problem. So 2-0 loss, and really just getting totally outplayed by a pretty average MLS team. So that did not feel good.
Yeah, a quick update, not update, but I want to talk about the Galaxy season ticket prices too. To sneak in there, their safe standing and supporter season tickets are $380. It's even cheaper than the other.
Oh, very reasonable.
Yeah, good for them. And then their end-line season tickets are $450 up to $771 on this. But yeah, good for them. But I realized I am now a full-time student, or soon to be, at a college very near the LA Galaxy. I wonder if there's some sort of student. What if there's some sort of student? What if I can get myself some student tickets? Or maybe I can get $8 student.
Let's do it.
Yeah, somebody to look into that. I need to look into that. Sorry, but yeah, your Johnny Shore is our Omar Valencia. Omar Valencia's going well, so I love that you're breaking their new.
Well,
player.
Johnny Shore did not have a good game. I mean, he did not have a good game in this game. But yeah, in general, he's been kind of coming out of nowhere to help the midfield. There's also finally a transfer rumor of some Australian midfielder named O'Neill coming to us from Belgium, perhaps. This is
sounds like he's about to light up the league, baby.
We don't need him to light up the league. We just need a little bit of solidity in the middle. But Pereira is also now back from.
All you had to say was Aussie and Belgium for me to be like, well, he'll be obscure at best.
That's not going to be. It's not impressive. Those are not impressive credentials.
Nah, it's MLS scouting 101. If you're foreign, they overvalue you. That's just my.
Oh, okay.
Those are my thoughts on MLS scouting.
All right. Well, what do we got coming up? We have.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
I mean, I'm just happy that there's any kind of rumors of new players.
They have to wait. Hold on. They have to wait for the new season ticket renewals to kick in first before they can buy this Aussie.
They can buy this. Yeah, he's not going to move the needle.
He's on layaway, right? They got him on layaway.
You've got Montreal at home. Like, this is a good opportunity for you to right your ship. We're on the road.
I have no faith. Well, this is one of those things where it's like, yeah, we're at home against Montreal. Show us something. Show us that you got what you got from last year. Like my alarm bells are specifically that like people are underperforming, and I'm wondering if it's one of those things where it's like, it's like not a happy locker room. I don't know, like something's happening. So yeah. Anyway, that's all. So we got Montreal at home,
and we got CONCACAF Champions Cup Wednesday, Thursday. Tigres and Cruz Azul, and Vancouver and Miami. The Vancouver. I'm kind of rooting for Vancouver, I gotta say, in that one.
Yeah, I'm really. Me too. So that's on Thursday, right? Or is that Wednesday?
Thursday, 10:30 p.m. This is not easy. These are not easy games. 10 o'clock East Coast. I mean, for you, it's easy. For you, it's prime.
Built for me. It's built for me. It's built for Vancouver and the West Coast guy. Yeah, that'll be fun. I look forward to that because it's Vancouver, like you said. Vancouver's fighting for MLS. They're an American-heavy Canadian team. The star scorer, my old boy Brian White, the one who got away, is just going on a Cinderella run, playing really good soccer. I'm loving up against the Inter Miami, Messi, the popular boys.
Let's see it.
Now, granted, I would love for Inter Miami to go play Club America in the CONCACAF Champions Cup final.
That could not happen.
Who are the two again?
I know what you mean. Tigres and Cruz Azul. Yeah.
Oh, so either or. I don't know where it'll be. It'll be in Mexico, whatever, at Stadio Azteca. I would love to see Messi and the boys go down there and handle that. They went down there last year under Tata, and they were terrible. They lost like 5-0 and refused to substitute any players on. They gave up halfway in the middle of the game. It was kind of embarrassing. But I would like to see, because if you think I would love to see Vancouver do that too. But Vancouver will be underdogs. I kind of want to see Messi and the boys go to Stadio Azteca in Mexico. I want to see that. I want to see what that looks like.
All right. Well, I guess you're rooting for Miami then.
The thing is, I'm not rooting for Miami. I'm rooting for Vancouver. So I want to see Vancouver do well.
You're accepting of any outcome.
However, if Miami gets through, I look forward to seeing how Miami goes down to Mexico.
It's that Stefan Schnitzel flexible fandom.
Well, I'm not a fan of. It's Vancouver and Miami. I don't care.
We don't. Really
Vancouver is rooting for the American soccer spirit. Miami is just rooting for the whole.
Ironically, since they're Canadian. Speaking of flexible fandom, Daniel Young, some fighting words in the chat.
What's he saying? What's Daniel Young saying?
I might become a Red Bull fan and get a season ticket for them.
Or that's what I'm talking about.
Get a Mets season ticket. I might channel my WWE heel. Daniel Young. What am I reading? My eyes are bleeding. Reading these words from you.
Hey, Daniel Young, it's the same soccer at 30% off. Okay, it's the same soccer at 30% off. No. All right, and just save your money, like Walmart says. Save money, live better.
It's going to be epic, Daniel Young. Once we have the stadium, it's not even going to be the Red Bulls are going to move to Nevada.
I don't like it.
Nevada.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, this
It's going to
totally
be
just
Red
hold
Bull
on.
Las Vegas because there's not going to be enough room for another team in New York City.
Okay, now that's quite the heel because he just turned really quick. Hold on. You're about to be a New York Rebels fan, but then you said the New York Rebels are about to die? I'm confused.
No, this is me. This is me speaking now.
Oh, I thought this was Daniel Young.
No. This is what I'm saying. I'm appealing to Daniel Young to stick with the blue team because once the stadium comes, we're gonna rule this town.
If the New York Rebels move to Las Vegas, that would actually be huge for me because I want MLS in Las Vegas. I go to Las Vegas all the time. It's nearby.
Yeah. See,
if my team came out west, to me,
it'd be magic.
Actually, like I said, that's not that. Actually, I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think I actually would be fine with that.
See, you heard it here first on the Schnitzel Boys. Red Bull Las Vegas.
Featuring Stefan. I'm season ticket holder. I'm the only season ticket holder. I come in, I gamble all night at the Luxor, then I head back to watch the game. Sign me up, man. I need more stuff to do in Vegas that isn't gambling related. So if my soccer team moves there, then there you go. I will spend more time there and then watch soccer games.
A friend of mine, Daniel Young says, a friend of mine who is a Mets season ticket holder can get a ticket to a Citi Field event such as NYCFC versus Miami for $70 in the 400 level. Well, that's, I guess, pretty. Listen, it's all about the future. It's all about this. You're just paying to be on the list for when the stadium comes. That's what you can always go to the game cheaper than having season tickets. It's not about the best financial decision. You're paying it in anticipation of future stadium glory. And if Stefan is right, and we're only going to draw 20,000 people, then it's still we'll have wasted even more money. But like this is
plenty
not
of availability.
We're not. These are not smart financial decisions. You do this because you love it.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be lines around the block to go check out Johnny Shore.
The disrespect. Johnny Shore will be playing for Real Madrid at that point. He won't be.
Well, then when he comes back, they will.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the fragility of the American soccer fan. If it ain't Cristiano Ronaldo, they ain't buying. So I want to talk about tickets actually for a bit. We've been talking the whole time, but I like the ticket theme because it also distracts us from New York be stankin'. Because New York do be stankin'. There's not much to talk about other than get better.
Yeah,
get better players. Get better. Anyway, so I heard too. Was it the FIFA Club World Cup or Gold Cup? Online, people are like, "Wait a minute, what's up with all these Gold Cup tickets on the sites if the pre-sales haven't even opened yet?" And someone mentioned that if you're like people who are season ticket holders to the stadiums get priority, they get like free tickets, they get priority. So the reason there's a bunch of Gold Cup tickets in Dallas up for pre-sales because all the Dallas Cowboys season ticket holders already have their tickets to the events.
Oh,
is what I learned. Just because that's what Daniel Young just reminded me of that. That's becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I don't get that, but it's a thing. But then it also leads to the fact that I read today. So the FIFA Club World Cup ticketing, if you buy this package, you have the right to buy a World Cup for real ticket, right? They're trying to like package that in as a bait and switch.
Right.
However, they're not getting specific. I don't know if this means that like, congratulations, you now get a free ticket to New Zealand versus Kenya down in Texas or something like that.
New Zealand versus Kenya.
No disrespect.
I mean, I guess like, it's 48 teams, right?
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect. They haven't really gotten specific as to what that means. But I just saw today there's some other right to buy package. What are the specifics? It was really complicated. It was like if you buy this ticket, you have the access to spend an extra $100 as right to buy ticket, which gives you the right to a final or knockout round game if your team makes it there or something like that. And I'm just looking at all this and being like, this is a mess. This is going to be a big, big mess. So the tickets haven't even started selling yet. They're going to sell quick in the fall. And there's going to be this long list of, I guess, people who bought all these weird packages. I know with U.S. Soccer, there's already the Circle Insider that the higher tier package you pay, the most likely you are to get a U.S. Soccer ticket package or something like that. So people are buying their tiers. But what that means is when the tickets finally open, there's going to be all these guys with all these guaranteed agreements they have or something. First, they have to sort out. And I just look at all that and being like, that's so messy and sloppy. Like, how do they even how can they even guarantee all that stuff? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just the whole ticketing thing gives me anxiety, and I just feel it should just be much simpler. It's like make it easy. Just like I don't know. It should be easier than this.
It's very easy if you have $10,000, then you can just
you buy a hospitality package.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You just get the hospitality package.
I want to buy. Like in World Cup '94, they were just selling. I think $20 got you in there. I want reasonable tickets. Get me in the stadium.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
I know, not $20.
I was just thinking, if you're a Mets season ticket holder, you have tickets for 162 games. You should get
concerts, right?
They should give you free stuff. That's insane. Who goes to 162 games a year? I guess you got to resell, or you have like a company and you share them with other people. I mean, that's like you can't have a job and or a family with that. That's got to be your main focus in life. Watching the Mets play baseball.
I think it's also a thing, by the way, in baseball. It's common for three or four guys to get together.
Or you get like a partial season, right?
Kind of like a timeshare where they get it every 4 weeks.
I'm aware, but I mean, Daniel Young is saying, "Oh, this is good for if you have a season." But like that's the Mets season ticket is more expensive than the NYCFC one, guaranteed by a factor of I don't know how much. A lot by a factor of a lot. It's 10 times. It's almost 10 times as many games.
Yeah, but how much is that per game then? It's going to be $3 a game.
Still more per game, probably, and it's more than 40. I mean, I guess depending on where you
wow.
But it's got to be.
Now, MLS, 17 games, baby. Plus, they give you the free U.S. Open
Cup. Oh, they give you the Leagues Cup. They give you, at some point.
Whatever else they can't sell, you get for free. So.
All right. Well, have we done it?
I think the conclusion is the New York team
sucks. We have
everything's expensive, so you just have to pay for it with money.
It's hard to talk about. It's hard to raise season ticket prices 20% when the team sucks.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those things that go Europe style. You and the fans get together and protest put a banner out and being like, season ticket increases are too much. Right? Put it out. Get it on Apple TV. Get a banner out. Do it like Union Berlin does. Like, do it Germany style.
It's not going to be me. I'm not going to lead the charge. Take my money, man. They're building a stadium.
They were supposed to build a stadium 10 years ago. You're so brainwashed as a fan that you believe having a stadium is finally some great gift that you have to that get bestowed on you.
Your interest. This
most
is interesting. I hadn't considered your point of view that this is just not going to make a difference in terms of attendance. I guess that's possible.
Well, look at your averages. I mean, if it's more, if you make 20,000 a game,
it's hard to know where we're even playing. I mean, that's got to make a difference.
Perhaps that's true. Perhaps we'll see.
Well,
all right, that's the USA Hour.
It was
New York is Stankin.
Our teams are bad, but it's still fun to talk about it.
Steven Trunlund's leaving at the end of the year. We're talking about the Germany Hour. Hopefully he'll go to Germany and do his European career. Wish him the best of luck. It's interesting to announce it so early to be like, this is my last season and most of the season is still left.
Well, he wants to
motivation.
He wants to give them time to find somebody.
And he wants to give his wife, wants to promise his wife. He's like, see, we are moving. It's in the press.
Yes, I already said.
Yeah.
Like, you got to tell him. She's like, okay, I'll tell him.
There's no backing out. We're going back to Germany. To Deutschland we go.
All right.
All right. Tschüss.
Tschüss.
Bis nächste Woche.